Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to get predictable e-commerce growth. This video is brought to you by Chevalier Advertising, who is a leader in branding, in media and PR and social strategies, in e-commerce and in digital advertising since 1953. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how email marketing can lead your company into predictable growth month after month, year after year. How this usually happens in the past, how most companies are growing with e-commerce since 1999 and the introduction of e-commerce is usually one of these methods. It's going to be traditional PR, which is going to be still the standard and the strongest source for you to really reach your target market. Then you're going to work with newsletter and email blasts. Maybe that's you are doing that independently, or you're working with a PR agency to do that. Again, you're targeting your audience perfectly with these. And then also you're looking at social media posts and then advertising on social media as well. These are the real main sources of traffic, if you want to call it, ways to get people to your website to try and get sales. Now, what usually happens is people then will go after these methods, and then the way that they will decide which ones are working is really based off of if you just get sales, right? So at the end of the day, do you get sales from these sources of traffic? And the hard thing about this is you really can't figure out real easily which source of traffic is giving you the best sales and how to increase that. So some issues that we run into with this kind of method and approach of trying to grow your e-commerce company using this are really, it's not focused on measurable data that you can use day and day over and over and over to make good decisions. Next, you really you have no predictable cost of acquisition per channel. So how much does it cost you to get a sale? It's hard to figure out how much that is per PR, per newsletter, email blast, per social media post. There's ways that you can do it a lot more sophisticated now, but it's still not as approachable as other methods that I'll show you later in this video. And it's hard to know where your best customers are and be able to directly communicate with them, have a direct communication channel with them specifically. This is very difficult with this method. And this is huge. It is reliant upon marketing channels that you do not own. So they could be shut, your company Facebook could be shut down, your Twitter could be shut down, your YouTube, everything can be shut down for a reason of maybe you just got flagged in an algorithm, or maybe they just decided to shut you down for one day, or maybe you made a mistake without even knowing you were making a mistake against something in the terms and services of the platform. There's many different reasons why you can get shut down. So really, this is why social media is the greatest marketing and advertising tool ever created. Your social media account and website can be taken down. They can be flagged. They can be blocked anytime, like I was saying. And this happens all too often. So it is really not a long-term solution to growing. What really happened is since 1999, we've been able to use email as a way to communicate on the internet. And this is kind of a history of email. I'm not going to go too in depth into it because most people know. But what's important to understand is email is not owned by a platform. It is a technology. It is a method of communication that when you focus on it, it can be the greatest source of communication in the modern world. And we have a rich history of email, and moving into the future of using email is really what we're going to dive into in the rest of the video. And it's really one method of getting predictable growth month after month, year after year in your e-commerce company. When you focus on building your email list, you see more return the longer you do it. This is the main thing about email and the internet and sales is building your own communication channel, which is email. It can't be taken from you. It can never be shut down. No one can take your email list. No one, unless someone unsubscribes and says, I don't want to receive your emails, that's the only way that you can stop sending emails to someone. So the bigger your list grows, the more you're just going to see in return of building that list. It's just proven over time. Now, one real clear and simple method, and I will have more videos in depth about this whole process. I'm just going to cover a sales funnel here real quick. But this is how you can see over and over predictability in your growth in e-commerce when you focus on email. Because with email, you can run some sort of contest or give away some sort of exclusive thing to attract people into your audience. And if you have a restricted product, now that's going to be a little bit different situation on how you do that, but it still works exactly the same. And the reason why this is really easy and something that everyone should do is because you immediately get some data. You first know how much it costs for you to actually get an email subscriber. Once you have a data point in your advertising and marketing, you can then start making a lot more decisions and be able to track people over time. So if you get an email subscriber, you can then track and see how long it takes for them to buy something, what is the average amount that people are buying from this source of getting emails, etc. So as we move then on, we would then track people by offering something of value for free is the ultimate goal, because then it will work the best. It's like if you're fishing, you want to use the best bait, and the best bait is free, really juicy worms, right? So we want to use things that are going to be really attractive to your audience and not going to require them to go through a bunch of hoops, because we're building a communication, a sales channel directly with your market and basically creating your own market by being able to communicate with thousands, millions of people, depending on how big your email is. Once we have people into our email world, then we can do a kind of choose your own adventure, behavior-based email campaign. So we offer them a product, an entry-level product at a discount if you want to really see high conversions, at some sort of buy this now with scarcity attached to it. You got 72 hours to get this great deal. It's exclusive, something like that. Always works amazingly well. You can just offer products as well, that's fine, but really offering something with scarcity is going to be huge. Then you can easily find your cost per acquisition, which this is like the biggest thing that most companies do not know, is how much it costs to acquire a customer. And this is a two-step process basically to actually get this information and to start using this information in all of your marketing and advertising. Then from there, you can just keep adding on, and you can keep upselling or cross-selling based off of what people are buying and based off of their behaviors. So they bought product A, and product A also has 3 separate attachments or add-ons or something. So there's always ways that you can then increase order value, which is then your goal once you get a customer, is how can I increase that customer's average lifetime value if you have the ability to track lifetime value that far. And then you always want to go for offering everybody your best product or your bundle or something that is like really profitable for you, but then also such a great deal that is exclusive for these people. So when they get emails from you, it's not just kind of blah, blah, blah information. It's really like, oh, I always want to read these emails from this company because they're always giving me something of immense value. That's a very quick overview of a sales funnel value ladder that would immediately start giving you predictable growth in your company. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment below, or always reach out to us and we can talk further about how you can apply this in your business. This is an example of if you use email as a source of communication of your marketing, as a foundation, that you could actually have campaigns running evergreen. So they just always are running. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is. It doesn't matter what's going on. It's always running. It's always bringing in new email subscribers, and it's always converting those into sales. This is something that you should look at, is that email should be 15 to 20% of the income source from online revenue, from all of your online sales. You should, and some companies are getting a lot more because they realize the power in email, but easily 10 to 20%, that range there is going to be the best for you to try to aim for, to try to see a return in your investment. So you can see a lot can happen if you have a lot of sales coming in. Email is just going to turn that a little bit more and bring in some amazing more sales. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. I really appreciate your time and checking out this information. Hopefully it was valuable to you. If you'd like to learn more about any of the stuff that we talked about, or you'd like to have some of these things done or investigate how it could work for your company, then please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can get us at chevalieradvertising.com, and you can set up a free strategy session with one of our strategists to go over this information and apply it to your company specifically. So thank you again. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I look forward to working with you soon. Have a great day.